Let's go.
Embarrassed at first because I'm like, I want to be a serious filmmaker, and
Here I am
obviously,
taking photos of people in Disneyland.
right. And but when you're indie and you're trying to get out of the indie environment into, like, we're talking about being on that consistent Captain Phillips level. Like, how does that happen? It's a journey, and when you're raising your kids by yourself, and you have sometimes have help, sometimes you don't. You're trying to figure out, okay, am I doing the right thing? Because I would tell you, I would give up everything for them. Like, I would walk away from it if they asked me to. But my kids have been so cool about it. They're like, no, mom, you are so happy when you're on set. Like, keep making your movies. You know what I mean? Like, they're they're very cool children. So, like,
That's incredible.
don't
So amazing support system from your
is
kids.
key. Yeah, my kids have been very supportive.
They see the love that you have for it, and they pass it along back to you.
Yeah,
Say, Mom, now go ahead and do this.
when COVID hit, my daughter asked me to let her go because she was struggling out here, go back to her
Because they
dad.
fucking canceled all the school and everything, right?
It
And
was
then,
hard.
doing
Yeah.
Zoom calls. I'm like, well, I can do that from anywhere. I can't go anywhere in LA. Yeah.
You can't do anything. So, she asked me to let her go, and I sat there and I was crying because I worked really hard to get them here. And I remember that, so I told you I might cry when I say this. I was in the airport, and my son's like, Mom, you have to make your movies. We're going to be okay. Because he asked me to let him go back to their dad. So that was really hard. Because,
Your son was out here too?
yeah, for a little bit. And so, but he's like really smart and he needs to be challenged. So, but they've been like really, really good to me. And
Supportive.
yeah, sorry I'm crying, but
No, you're fine.
just love my kids. They just like,
I can tell. I think everybody can.
yeah. So, I'm very fortunate that I have them.
Yeah, sounds like you've done an incredible job.
Yeah.
And you have a great support team. And
Turns out my kids are my best support system.
yep. Well, they're you,
Yeah.
right? They were raised by you, so.
So now I have one that wants to be an animator and one wants to be a doctor.
Mm.
Right. Very opposite.
How does the one that wanted to be a doctor feel about the whole COVID situation?
I don't know. He misses his friends. He's my social butterfly. So he rides his bike to go hang with his friends and do his social things. But now that they're in school 2 days a week, the kids are still separated. Like, they can't eat lunch with anybody. They have to eat alone. So it's like really lonely. And I just feel really bad for them. But he just doesn't like it.
I don't think people quite understand the level of sacrifice that you probably had to deal with. Like, let alone how hard it is to get into the industry, work in the industry, and get opportunities presented to you, and then have something else that you can't control. Be like, no, I'm gonna, there's something I want to do, I love to do, but I love my children. I want to spend time with my children. I'm not gonna. So, what was the number? Do you remember? Was it the Universal gig? That was probably the number one kind of a disappointment to you that you weren't able to take on. And I know I love the decision you made. Obviously, there was no other choice. But
Yeah, that was hard. That was probably the one that
and what was it? What were you going to do in Universal? What
I
was
gonna
the
be
job offer?
a post PA.
Wow.
I
Okay.
could have worked my way up to
Yep.
post producer. Yeah, and
That's a pretty quick ladder.
and he said that, like, the guy who offered it to me is like, you are so driven. You were going to move up, was probably within the first year, to be a post producer.
Have you reached out back?
I have, but I haven't heard back. You know what I mean? That's okay. It's the industry.
Yep. Things move.
Yeah, I
People
respect that. You know what I
things
mean?
shift.
So, but it is what it is. It's just what my path was.
Yeah, I'm really, really impressed how you handled everything that you had to deal with. It's an incredible story. I love hearing it, and I'm looking forward to working with you so much.
I know. I can't wait. I'm excited too.
Absolutely.
I'm like, ooh, paperwork. I'm so ready. Please sign me up.
Oh, I want you to be more than
Yeah, I know.
I want you out of that production trailer and be like, on the set.
I have a really good energy, I've been told, and I think that's another reason why I get hired a lot is my energy and positive attitude. You know what I mean? And just like, I really, because I had to make choices, and I'm just like, the ones I get, I'm just really, even if they're good or if they're growing opportunities, as I call the bad ones. That's a positive way of putting it. Like, there's always something to take away, and it could all be gone in a moment. So what are you gonna do even with this bad one?